Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Camouflage of the World. I am Mike B, and today we're going to be talking about a pattern that a lot of you have requested. I just never had an example in my collection until now. We're talking about US MARPAT Desert. So basically, if you haven't watched my MARPAT Woodland video that I made a couple years ago now, it's also in the playlist, but we'll talk about this. It's actually one of my favorite desert patterns for effectiveness, especially. We'll talk about that in a second, but just give you a brief history on this in case you haven't seen the other one. In 1996, the Canadians came out with what's called CADPAT, which was a digital pixeled version of Camouflage that featured a bunch of greens, and it's a lush pattern, and hopefully I'll get a real example of some of that someday, even though it's almost impossible to have that in the US. But then anyway, and the Marines said, hey, we like that idea. It actually looks like it'd be pretty effective, so let's start designing our own version. So they came out with this in 2001 with the woodland pattern, and they had both the woodland desert, and then they did a winter and an urban one, which was never adopted. But the main two that you're going to see used most frequently by U.S. Marines is the woodland and the desert variant. So this features, 4 colors right here you can see. You get this dark brown, lighter brown, khaki, and this kind of in-between beige color in this pixelated pattern. Now, again, with the actual United States Marine Corps issue, and they issue it to the Navy to combat personnel, you'll see the incorporation of the Eagle Globe and Anchor within the pattern itself. That's how you can distinguish real MARPAT uniforms from the knockoffs, civilian versions. Also, the Eagle Globe and Anchor is embroidered directly into the left breast pocket. So this uniform itself is actually really cool. It's got button pockets on the sleeves, on both sleeves. These pockets are Velcro, but it's not like a huge Velcro tab. And there's no hip pockets, which you'll notice. This is kind of like the 21st century uniform came to be because of body armor and stuff. You have pockets up on the sleeves on most uniforms nowadays. But these still retain the breast pockets, which is pretty cool if you're not wearing body armor. Anyway, so as far as effectiveness goes, I've seen this being worn in multiple desert environments. I will have to concede that it is so far the best that I've seen. It's on par with Desert CADPAT, which also is a very similar color scheme and pattern. Those two, I think, are the most effective desert patterns all around. Again, if you haven't seen my 3-color desert video, I'm just partial to that because I think it looks more aesthetically pleasing. But that's my opinion. That's not a fact. I will concede, this is the most effective desert pattern I've seen. It really blends in quite well. It looks pretty cool, and from a distance, it all looks like kind of one big mess of a bunch of different shades and stuff, which is exactly what you want in camouflage. There's another Eagle Globe and Anchor right there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so these are available surplus now, most of these, and they're pretty comfortable, actually. I'd say the Marines have some of the best uniforms. ACUs, or UCP pattern that the Army was wearing, they were comfortable, but they just were made crappily, and these seem to be made a lot better. They're not ripstop, but they're still very strong. This one in particular, I managed to get lucky. I did a crapshoot, just ordered a random thing and got an extra large regular, which actually fits my ogre ass. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, there's really not much else to say about this except the fact that it's really cool, it's aesthetically pleasing, and that it's still current issue for the Marine Corps in 2019. And yeah, that's, and subsequently after MARPAT came out, the U.S. military, or the Army, I'm sorry, not the military, the Army was like, yeah, we need our own digital pattern, and that's how you got UCP instead of multicam originally. So the Marines wear this. It's an okay pattern. It works well. It does its job. And we'll see how long they wear it for before they go to a version of multicam. But yeah, it's a really interesting pattern. So that's really all I've got to say about it. You guys that have been asking me about it, finally got this video done. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll try to answer any questions if you've got any. But again, I'm not a total expert on this stuff. I just appreciate it, and I know the basic amount of information to kind of pass on to people who know no information about this. But yeah, these are available. You can get these on eBay and stuff like that. I think I can get just the blouses surplus, but I think they're all small and medium sizes. But I'm still working on it. Never say never. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. If you consider becoming a supporter on Patreon, this channel is funded by viewers, and it really helps out the channel to get cool stuff like this. I took a little bit of some YouTube revenue money and got this blouse to make a video out of and kind of have in my collection. And we can do some more videos on this later on if we want. We can do some camo testing because this stuff does actually work pretty well when everything's dead up here in the North Woods. And in the winter it works decently. So, but anyway, yeah, Patreon really is the easiest way for me to get support from you guys. It's interactive. I actually take votes, and God, sorry about the rain, guys. It's really coming down outside. So I'm sorry if that's picking it up on the camera. But yeah, it really is an interactive platform, and I do actually take votes on what you guys want me to spend your donation money on. So that's a pretty cool thing that I do. If I get to a certain threshold, I'm like, hey, I've got this, and this in my sites, and you know, what do you guys think? What do you guys want to see? And then whatever wins, I get. So it just helps me be able to teach you about tangible history, because it's a lot better to have an example than to just show up a bunch of pictures that I found on Google in a video. It actually kind of helps to see, you know, the up close, the weave of the pattern, the nice twill. Oh, name tapes around here at one point, so yeah, definitely use. Anyway, so thanks for watching, everybody. Become a supporter on Patreon. It's $1 a month, $5 a month gets you access on Discord, which is a kind of gaming communication app that is very interactively that on most of the day, so you can pretty much instant chat with me if you want. So anyway, enough of that. If you want to do that, that'd be great. But anyway, I just appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode of Camouflage of the World.